dead before I said let's fight.
No, that's impossible.
By the way,
BT Dubs is BTW. I'm gonna bust you up. Nope, I'm not coming down. Where am I? Help! Milk! Chance got $5.
the champ got 5 on it.
Back where it came from.
Back where he came.
Ah, here we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Oh, I tried to go empty triple O. Don't for me.
Wow. Long live you, coward. Oh, no. I should have done that.
All right. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to the First to 50 podcast, episode 17. I think I did that right. Got the fingers. Yeah, we're in there. My name's Scum. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host. What's your name again?
Meshy,
Oh, thank
as
you.
always.
Okay.
I can't believe you forget it every week. It's fine. I'm not judging.
I thought you were going to say not hurt, but I guess you're just judging me from across this totally real mahogany table. This is a podcast where we talk about video games, movies, anime, stuff that we watch every week. Kind of checklist, kind of keep us up to date, keep us old boomers trying new things, right? What life's all about, new experiences. So we're going to talk about the same video games that we talked about last week. All right, we'll start with our weekly updates. I still can't believe we made it 17 episodes.
Yeah.
It's longer than like a season of a show.
Yeah, we would almost be on season 2 now.
We're in the middle of the not the training arc, tournament arc maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens like the second season, right? It doesn't really happen straight off the bat.
Yeah. It's usually like learning about them and seeing how weak they are. And then season 2, oh, look, they got really buff. They did some squats.
Season 2, I'm looking kind of buff right now.
Yeah. So 100 sit-ups, 100
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 10-kilometer run every day. Where'd my hair go? I'm sorry. I had to get a sip of my Sprite Zero. We hit up the Costco. We got the pallet-sized giant thing of them. So I'm all stocked. That's your grocery update for the... Oh, no. Before I get started, can we talk about another thing?
Yeah,
So-
always. That's why we're here.
So you know how, everyone talks about shrinkflation and whatnot?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh my God, these chips, like, it's 50% air in this bag. What the hell, Lay's? All that kind of
Yeah.
rhetoric. Bro, I got a bag of baked Lay's because I was like, you know what? I want some baked Lay's. I haven't had, like, baked Lay's in a hot minute. Bro, that entire bag was, like, full to the top with baked Lay's. Like, there was, like, zero, like, air in there. I was like, how?
Where's
is this
my
where
air?
it's at?
You bastards.
I bought the air. I like to inhale, like, the potato, like, dust air from the factory. You do that, right? Like, when you open up the bag of potato chips, you go, to get those extra calories, right?
Yeah. That's
I'm
what
not alone in this, right?
You
Okay.
gotta get a big old whiff of that fresh open bag of chips.
Yeah, that's what everyone does. Don't let me be alone. Anyways, yeah. So I ate an entire bag of baked Lay's, and it's like a full size bag. It wasn't like, oh, I got a little tiny. No, it was like a full size bag. I don't think anybody's surprised at this point if you know me.
No, not even in the the slightest. I've
Oh, but that was the other thing because I don't have a thing pulled up. So played more. We played more Fortnite this week. I played. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I played with Yatra, Royan, and Ray. I felt like garbage. I woke up and I felt like I was the meme of like, you know, when I get sick, like just on a deathbed, but like if I've like broken a bone, I'm like, I'm all right. I can still fight.
Yeah.
I felt like garbage and I was just like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit here and watch stuff. And then everyone's like, Fortnite. I was like, fine. um, that game's real fun. We got, I think the highest up we got was third place, I believe. Um, that group is even less focused than when we replaced Ray with you. That's saying something. Because the problem is, it's really funny. I love Ray Call to death. Ray has the most fun when he's winning at something super hard. Not relatable at all to me.
Right. Not relatable.
Yeah, not at all. Not even slightly. Ray, like we're going and we're just making jokes and Yatra's just having fun. Royan doesn't know his head from his ass, and I don't expect anything else from him. So I'm just cracking jokes and making people laugh, and as one does, just kind of easy. It's kind of what I do.
You stick with what you're good at.
Welcome our guest to the podcast, my ego.
I'll just scooch over, get him a chair.
Can you wait in the hall?
That's where I'm going.
So but Ray, he's really trying. He's sweating real hard. He's just like, okay, we got people over here. We need to move, everybody. And it's like, bro, we're still picking up Band-Aids off the floor. Like, we slow down, boss. And so we've gotten a strategy now where like, oh, you get in a vehicle, you drive by, and you're able to tuck yourself back into the car to at least avoid maybe some damage. Like the car will take some shots for you, and you're a moving target, with kind of like a built-in shield, right?
Right.
One of our first games, Ray drove us into the middle of a giant firefight, stopped the car, and was like, "Get out, everybody!" And we're like, "Wait, you're stopping the car?" It's like fish in a barrel. We all bailed out and just got mowed down. And I was like, "Yeah, we could, stick in the car." And it was a fun experience. We got like 5 games in or so. I don't know if I'll ever get another victory crown. I think I'm washed up. I no longer have my Magneto glove, though that bug gun does work pretty similar. I'm not gonna lie, the little whatever that shoots the orb out. Like I'm doing stuff with my hands, expecting like the viewer to be able to understand what I'm talking about. So that was fun. I played that yesterday. And also we got to try out Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition. This is a 40K game, co-op. So we had an entire playthrough of Space Marine 2, right, Meshi?
Right.
You felt pretty powerful during that, right?
Yeah. Constantly.
Yeah, you felt kind of like a big cool guy. You were catching things out of the air, slamming stuff down, ripping it apart, being really cool.
Beating the shit out of everything, being swarmed. Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah.
This was a much different experience where I felt a level of hopelessness and whatnot that I wasn't akin to. I don't know if you remember the StarCraft cinematic like cutscenes in the middle of the campaign where like Marines were like fighting Zerg and like dying super hard.
Yeah, and getting the crap kicked out of them. Yeah.
Yeah. it felt I almost felt like that while playing this, because there's kind of endless hordes of stuff. There's a bunch of different classes. It's really interesting. I played. Me and Milk took us about 2 hours to get a hold of it and beat the first chapter.
Dang. Surprised it
uh,
kept your attention that long.
yeah, it was more at the end. It was a bit of a it was a bit of a okay, that's bullshit. We're gonna run it. We got to the end of the mission, and here's part of my complaint about it is so the whole first mission, spoilers, some space marine dudes ate it super hard, and you need to go find them or retrieve the data that they left behind.
Okay.
So you're kind of fighting your way through, and the map is kind of, there's a lot of different avenues to go. It's not as linear as you would think it would be. There's a bunch of different avenues for you to go. Once you understand the route, it gets easier, but there's multiple avenues that you can take while going through this map. Um, and you retrieve the data, then you fight your way through, and then you have to get back to the dropship to leave. And then there's like, oh, okay, we're calculating how we need to fly out of here, defend the ship while we wait. It was like a 5-minute timer of just wave after wave after wave of stuff. And some of the things, if they get close to you, can like command grab instant kill you if it's one of the big ones. So it was kind of, we played on normal. We did end up playing with, there's about 30 people who play this every day, like online concurrently. The player base is very small. We played with some guy who was like level 300 something from, he had some Chinese characters in his name. It was pretty great. He was typing in English in all caps and was just saying like, gather, run. Which didn't make sense, but he was really trying to help us out. Shout out to that guy. I'm sorry I couldn't read your name. But no, it's fun. It's a little janky. I played a character with a minigun, and my screen literally shakes when I'm shooting. So it's just like, and I have an ability that speeds up my shot. And Meshi, it just sounds like a really tight fart whenever like I start it, because the gun is shooting so fast. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
it yeah, it chuckled me every time because I was like, oh, there's a big boss guy, activate my and it was just like, oh, my clip zipped. Like, so that was fun. I'm excited to play more of this game. I wonder how much of it you know
What is it, a 3-player or 4?
4 play, up to 4 players.
Oh, player, okay.
But you can play with just a squad of like, oh, you have 2 friends, well, you 2 can just hop in and go, or you can have up to 4 people.
Gotcha.
So look forward to that. We're gonna probably be playing some of that this week. I'll keep giving my updates. The only problem is, the multiplayer missions don't have the single player cutscenes in them.
Wow.
So everything's out of context. Like you're like, oh, we're gonna play chapters 1 through 8 or whatever. You don't get any cutscenes really, or at least I don't think. You're kind of dropped in. So I wonder if there's like, you need to go back and forth. Like, do I need to pull up a video of like, okay, here's the cutscene for chapter 1. We'll watch it and then play, or maybe that's how I'll edit it down or something. I don't know. It's fun and interesting so far, just for like a multiplayer shoot game that I got for like $5. Kind of happy with it. All right, and the big game of this week finally started. Ninja Gaiden 4. It's here. I am enjoying it so far, even though I don't get to play as that beautiful man right there yet. I haven't got to him yet. I've only played about 6 chapters. So I've been playing as the new kid here. I think his name's Yakumo. He's very edgy. To a laughable degree. Like he's not even like a semblance of a character. He's kind of just edge man, angsty teenager that no one takes seriously, but he takes himself too seriously. He can Azuna drop, so that's great. So this wasn't the game I was expecting it to be, but it's I'm glad it's filtering people in 2025. This game is difficult. And I can't really rely so much on stuff that I did in the past. This game has a lot of different combat systems, and like you have a blood gauge you filled up that gives you an enhanced weapon that helps break guards and defensive. Oh, I can't wait for him to Azuna drop me. I'm gonna be so excited when the rival fight happens. Um, I'm gonna be freaking out like when Virgil was like doing stuff to me in DMC5. I can't wait. Where was I? This game's hard, Meshi. It's very like I guess you can tell it's made by Platinum because it's very centered around the defensive mechanics, which are there's Ayane. Oh bless. Give me DOA 7, please. I need it. It's centered around the defensive mechanics, the perfect parry, the perfect dodge, watching your opponent or the enemy's like state of like if they're doing an if they're doing like an armored thing, if they're blocking, or if they're hitting you with an unblockable attack, you need to switch into your enhanced blood version of the weapon to then hit them. I just figured out about shuriken canceling because I noticed there's a lot of things in the game that cause me to do a combo into landing a hit, and then my guy hits the ground and he has like a stand-up animation and he like tries to look all cool and then he gets slapped in the face. And I'm like, normally in Ninja Gaiden you can like helm splitter down and block immediately. Like it's just no questions asked. Like you get to the ground, you can just block. There's a lot of extra animation stuff in this game, but apparently you can cancel it with shuriken throw. So what I need to start doing is start weaving that in. I've only played about 6 hours of it so far, but I'm really liking it for the sole fact that I'm playing on normal and I'm not just breezing through the game. Like it's actually like a challenge for me. I feel as though that would have been the most disappointing thing if I started playing this game and started like rolling over it really easy. I probably would have been like, oh, this kind of stinks. But it's finally like there's some resistance there, Meshi. Playing a little hard to get. I like it.
Interesting. And it runs good, right?
Oh,
That's the
thank you for
highlight.
reminding me. So Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, such a funny name. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Too Strong. It had some trouble running. It was an Unreal 5 game and just kind of I really had to tweak those knobs to get everything running just right. But this game's pretty much out of the box. Is running at a pretty solid 60. And hasn't really dipped. Everything's responsive and whatnot. I'm glad I'm like jumping into an action game where I feel like I have something to learn. That's not just like a ludicrous high execution ceiling thing, like infinitely judgment cutting with Virgil. Because I haven't even bothered learning that. I'm like, give me my like 4 perfect judgment cuts in a row, and I'm fine. I don't need to do the instant teleport into judgment cut thing that like my thumbs don't. I can't do it. But anyways, Ninja Gaiden 4, big excited. Look for my playthrough on the channel. I'm enjoying it. The last session I did, I hit a stage that seemed to go on forever with a really annoying enemy type, and I got a little gassed out. But don't worry, we're gonna continue on. What else did I do with my week? Oh, I played some 2XKO. I've been playing. I played a little solo by myself. I found some new combo routes that allows me to take somebody corner to corner and put them in that Oki situation that I developed for us, Meshi, in our duo games. So now
Oh
I have
yeah,
a new
yeah.
combo route. If I start in the corner off of a 2A, I can bring them all the way to the other corner and drop them down so Alawi can put the tentacle on the table. um the one thing I need to work on. The one thing I need to work on, and this is always this kind of the breaking point for tag games for me. I'm very bad at trying to control neutral with an assist call. It's just a skill that I never developed in terms of like being able to read an opponent, cover a specific area of the screen with that button while piloting my own character, right? Because you're supposed to do it in tandem, right? You're like, I need to cover this area of the screen so I can either approach on the ground or stop them. And if they get clipped, I can get a conversion. It's one of those things where like I'm so focused on just piloting my person that trying to pilot the assist um is not something that my brain is used to. So that's something I'm gonna try to get better at. And I don't really know if Alawi allows for much neutral control. I don't know if for my team, if I need to swap order, I don't know if it'd be better for me to run point Alawi while having Ari assist, like her diagonal fireball down. I don't know if that might work out better. They might just not have good synergy in terms of being able to like assist each other in that way to a great degree. But no, I'm having fun with it. I'm just doing I haven't done my ranked plays. Um, sorry, I just
Well, I'm
watching
glad you're
Echo.
still having fun with it, because, well, I'm glad you're still having fun with it.
Meshi, are you cooked?
No, 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 no. Of course not. Um, I just think I might have to switch to a character that I don't know what my fingers do, but if they really can't play that Dami Mommy of a big
No,
woman.
Meshi, no, no, listen to me.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you can play her. You can. It's not
I know it's not complicated. That's why it's like, why the fuck can't I do this?
Meshi, I think you know what I think? I think you need to play on stick.
Interesting.
Because you're playing on
See,
controller right now.
yeah, I play on the controller.
Yeah,
Figured
I
it would
think
have
you
been
need to play.
worse on stick.
I think you need to play on stick.
We're just gonna rotate the shit out of this stick, and oh wow, look at that perfect combo execution.
Oh, damn shame. Oops. Did I accidentally hit them and put the tentacle on the table?
Ladies, single file.
Ladies, single file. Yeah, so I'm having fun with it. It's just funny that this week turned out the way it did in terms of I played a lot of solo 2x KO, and a lot of it was labbing, and I blew one guy's back out really bad, like 10 in a row, and I felt bad. I switched to a team I didn't know how to do. I played like Braum. Who's the guy with the Darius?
Yeah.
I swapped to him, and I played that guy like 2 games, and I think he could tell I didn't know what I was doing, and he was like, this isn't even worth it anymore, because he finally won a game, and he was like, fuck it, I'm gone. No, I was like, I was just giving you a shot, bro, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I've heard that the new meta, I don't know how true this is. The new meta is to basically zone or delay as much as possible your neutral to until your assist is back up, and then you go in and then you just repeat. And like Timo is like the best at it, and you're just supposed to annoy them to death while you're fucking waiting for your assist to come back.
A big part of that, if you really want to know the big part of that, is thanks to Chris G. So Chris G plays Timo Ari, and he's one of the lamest fighting game players you'll ever watch in your entire life. It's a fighting game term, Meshi, of just playing Runaway and whatnot. He played Morrigan Doom. He was kind of the biggest player of that shell in Marvel 3. He single-handedly changed the meta of how that game was played. because of Morrigan, Doctor Doom, and floating around and just covering the screen with projectiles. He's doing essentially the same thing with 2XKO, and Teemo can just float around and do whatever, and then he can just call out Ari assist. If he watches it hit, he swaps and puts him into, a screwed up situation, and he plays really, really lame. And I think he might be top of the leaderboards right now. Everyone's looking at him playing, be like, this is lame as fuck. And that's kind of what you do. That's what you've always done in tag games, is your assists are on a cooldown, and the best way for you to approach is to have something covering you, and have a neutral assist that either covers the horizontal or covers the air above you or something to allow you to move in and then go for your high-low from there. It's... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play a tag game, Meshi. It's... I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best.
Well, at least someone's trying.
And we can still have fun, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm fully recovered from the last verbal thrashing I got. I could do it again.
I'm going to bed. So that's all the video games for me this week. I've sucked up enough air out of this podcast. 26 minutes of like 3 video games and my grocery for the week.
I was gonna say you sucked even the air out of my bag of potato chips.
Barbecue.
That's a good flavor.
What'd you do, Meshi?
I have continued on my trek of Battlefield, the guilty pleasure in my life.
Why do you feel a guilty pleasure?
Because it's a game that like fluctuates between this is the most irritating thing ever and I don't want to play this, but I continue to play it.
I thought you were gonna say this is a guilty pleasure because I'm operating in a team format game, sticking with my squad, and really achieving a common goal with my fellow players. So I feel guilty because I just run around and do whatever I want when I play co-op stuff with Scum. But when I play with randoms online, I really try to stick with my team and do the objectives. So I feel no, it's just you either hate this game or you love it based on if you're winning.
Yeah. Well, it's not even. I don't even care if I'm winning. I just like sometimes you're just like, oh, I spawned into that guy's sniper rifle reticle. Great. All right, respawn. Oh, there's a fucking tank looking at me.
I'm just imagining you dropping in, and it's from the POV of the sniper. You just drop in, you just fuck you. Fair enough.
No, but the game continues to be fun. I've gotten a lot of sledgehammer kills, so that's always fun. You're just like, I'm gonna get whack, yes, and then you get shot in the back, and you're like, I still got it. I still
worth it. I wish there was like voice to comm, so you could be like, I just want you to know, I beat your head in with one hand, while furiously beating it on the other side of the internet.
Oh shit. But they're coming out with a couple new maps with their season 1. It's a lot further away than I thought when I first heard about it. One of them is a California map, so that'll be quite interesting. I think it's LA. They're doing a lot of US maps with this Battlefield. I think in the future they're having a Manhattan one. I think they're doing a New York one, I think, too.
Manhattan.
Yeah, but like they're bringing back like the golf cart and you're driving around on like a golf field, and then there's all these luxury homes you're gonna go and blow the shit out of. So it's gonna be good fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a while since a Battlefield has been this good. So,
well, I am excited to hear about you blowing those homes next week and how that goes for you. I'm big excited.
Well, They doesn't release until November, so I'll just have to blow everything else up in the meantime.
Blow it up. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yes.
Yeah, blow it up big.
Blow all those homes. Oh, bliss. So I played the fighting game. What did you do with League of Legends?
There's a new ARAM game mode which I gives you like random buffs periodically every time you not every time you die, but like at certain points in the game when you go back to the fountain, you get to pick these 3 random buffs. They're buffs from some other game that their game mode they have, but I've never played it, so I can't speak on it.
Mhm.
But they like some of them are like crazy dumb. Some of them are like, oh, you get a champion's ultimate ability as your summoner spell, but like a D enhanced version of it. Or like you get super
Mhm.
big, or you get a shit ton of life, but you do less damage. It's just like a lot of weird, wacky buffs that you get in this ARAM game. Which, depending on what character you get and which buffs they are, makes the game go by really fucking fast because the other team usually gets better shit than you do.
Seemingly, somehow.
All the damn time. And it's kind of weird because I don't think you can see the buffs that the other team get. So like some of them are like, oh, every time you attack twice. So it's
Mhm.
just like, why did I fucking die? That guy just walked up and slapped me in the face and laid it out on the table, and I'm just dead over here. Or like their tank will be like, oh, why does that guy who just at level 1 has like 10,000 life? Like, what is this bullshit? He's a walking meat mountain you can't kill.
Arby's.
We have the beef. But I only played like a few games, so we'll see. It's it's brought a little bit more fun to ARAM. Like ARAM wasn't getting stale, but it's like, ooh, it's ARAM but with a cookie next to it. So it's kind of
With a cookie next to it.
yeah.
And guess what? It's warm.
Ooh. So hopefully it'll be fun and not just annoying.
What else you do, Meshi?
I continue to play Shape of Dreams, which is
I
actually a
keep thinking you're gonna say Shape of Water, the Guillermo del Toro movie. Anyways, every time you talk or you've talked about this game, I immediately think he's about to talk. Okay, anyways, sorry. Go on.
No, it's probably one of my top games of this year out of all the games that I've played, which is not many. So
There's been Battlefield 6
it's
and this.
and this and Fortnite. But no, it's a little gem of a roguelike. And I've been having fun. They have a lot of characters and a lot of way to build things, and it's fun to just eventually get broken and then just blow the screen up. And it's it I haven't tackled the other difficulty levels, so just doing like the basic one, and that's fun. So when you raise up the difficulty, which eventually I will, um it'll continue to be fun. So it's kind of like I think I have just about as many hours in this game as I do Battlefield, which is saying something because I've played a
Wow,
lot of
so you've been
Battlefield.
like playing.
Yeah. Um it's been a lot of fun. I highly suggest this game if you like roguelite.
So what you're saying is, would you be able to guide my hips in this?
In a way that you would probably no. I was gonna say in a way that's probably gonna make you hate the game because I'm doing everything, but it would be very easy to tone down and just let you actually like be impactful rather than me just being like, I know how to play the game.
Well,
uh,
I wanted to immediately go to the higher difficulty and blame you for everything and yell at you
I mean,
because you
that's
should be
also a
carrying.
possibility. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm trying. Who knows? You might see us play some Shape of Dreams. Is this game free?
No, it's like $25, I think.
Okay, I might pick it up. We'll see. Um, so is that all the video games you played?
Yeah, I think that was my list this week.
Big things happening this week on this side of the internet, featuring Meshi and all the video games he played.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start going down the list of things that I watched this week. Some of these Meshi watched, so he'll be able to comment on. Most of it will be me yapping. So I watched a little film called Handsome Guys. This is a Korean film.
Been on a Korean kick lately.
Yeah, Black Desert Online, The First Descendant, Meshi. This is Korea's version of Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
To the T. So it's the exact same premise. Like the chainsaw with the bees. The only they straight up rip off scenes from that movie, but what they've added was Evil Dead, where in the house in the basement there's a demonic summoning thing happens that's causing possession. But the stupid college kids are trying to, save their friend. And I really enjoyed the movie. I did. It was such a blatant ripoff, it almost hurt.
Was it poorly dubbed or was it just subtitled?
It was just subtitled.
Damn.
But even with the subtitling, it was still really fucking funny.
I'm just thinking of like a kung fu dub of this movie, and then the scene where the kid jumps into the wood chipper, be like, that kid jumped in the wood chipper.
Oh,
That's amazing. How'd you find this movie?
I think we found a trailer for it, and it was just like, no, it came out like within, when was this? No, this was a year ago. I think we just found a trailer for it, so we just pull it up and like, okay, let's see what this is all about. And man, there's so much physical humor in that movie. There's some good stuff in there. I would recommend watching it.
Was the guys that were playing Tucker and Dale like really fun and entertaining?
Yes, those two were very fun. I'm trying to remember. Dale is the big fat one, and Tucker is, or is it the other way around?
I think Dale's the big fat one.
Okay, so Dale, instead of being like a fat redneck, is like he's like this big straw jawline Giga Chad guy, but he's just kind of a simpleton. So he's not like out of shape. It's more that he's like imposing. I would recommend watching that movie. I just had fun. You want to feel old?
Yeah, of course.
So what was it? Yesterday or the day before? I think it was the day before. We watched Batman Begins, Meshi. This was 20 years ago.
Oh fuck! Oh, that hurt more than I thought it was going.
It hurts so much, and going back to the Fortnite night. I was like, "Hey, you guys want to feel old?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Batman Begins was 20 years ago," and Ray was like, "Yeah, that adds up." I was like, did I stutter? It was 20 years ago. Why are you feeling
Goddamn
pain?
10-year-old femboys in their fucking youth.
Becky, he's 30.
Ah,
Oh, God. So, this movie was a treat to go back to. Some dialogue things, especially with Katie Holmes and Christian Bale going back and forth, did not hold up. These two had zero chemistry. Not even. Bless her. How did Katie Holmes get like famous?
I have fucking no idea, to be honest.
They should revoke whatever happened to put her in a position of acting in movies. Bless her heart. No wonder they killed her off in the other movie. Uh,
She's not even the same actor in the other movie.
You're right. Oh my god, I completely forgot to get somebody else.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I forgot about it. Um, Liam Neeson was great as Raish, even though they call him Ra's al Ghul in this movie throughout the entire thing, which I just found funny. No, this was just I could see why this took off the way it did. It was just a fun movie to watch. It just, and this was the right amount of Batman voice. There's instances of Christian Bale actually just talking, and he's only really putting on the Batman voice, like when he's interrogating like the dirty cop. He's like, "Swear to me." It was just fun to go back and watch. Now, I've only seen The Dark Knight Rises, the third film, once. I think I saw it in theaters.
I've also only seen it once.
I'm curious to go back to it because it's kind of one of those things. Like, it's like, I'm not saying that it's as good as Samurai Champloo, but like Champloo followed up Bebop. So people were kind of unhappy with Champloo, which is absurd to me. I love Champloo.
Yeah, that is absurd.
People were genuine. They genuinely are like, no, we wanted Cowboy Bebop again. This is kind of what is this hip hop music and whatnot. And it's like, and anyways, I could disagree with those people all day. People weren't happy about it at the time, Meshi. I'm curious to go back to maybe watch The Dark Knight Rises to see how it holds up. I feel like I've watched The Dark Knight multiple times. It might still just be fun to go back and watch it again, but it's been years. So that was my adventure back into Batman. And can I say Austin Powers' dad is literally the best Alfred ever, and there will never be a greater one.
I mean, you're right.
It's just when Bruce finally like comes back and he's walking up to the jet and Alfred's picking him up and he's just like, "You've been away for a while, hey, Master Bruce." He's like, "Oh, you had me declared dead?" And he's like, "Good thing I left everything you do." He's like, "Yeah, you can take the rolls on the weekend if you'd like. Just bring it in with a full tank of gas." like, come on. Oh, he hammed it up. Like there will never be a better Alfred. Bless his heart.
He did a good job. Fucking Michael Caine.
Oh, thank you. I forgot his name completely. So you watched this at some point. Tell me all about this, Meshi. What is Pluto?
So I watched this based off of a clip I saw where a robot, basically it kind of reminded me of a robot Hannibal Lecter. Not in the way that he eats people or whatever, but like in like the cool like demeanor and like always knowing everything. And he basically he was a robot that killed somebody. Like all the robots are designed perfectly to the point where they're just immune, they can't kill people.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the only robot to kill somebody, at least at the time of that scene. And they couldn't figure out why, and they were too scared to just kill him off completely for whatever reason. I don't really know. They leave it vague. For I think leaving it vague is far better. and they put him in a prison. I watched that clip and I was like, "Oh my god, an entire show about this? I'll watch that." No, that show was not it was not about that. Um, it's Astro Boy, which I had no idea because Astro, who in this game is or not this game, is called oh fuck, what is his name in this? He's not called Astro Boy in this. Um that's gonna bug me because he says his name a lot. Um but it mostly is about just the robots and their interaction with people and how they're becoming more they're evolving. They're not
Hmm.
becoming more human. I wouldn't say that. But they are becoming more like emotional. Like they're evolving to the point where they're gaining emotions. Like they're figuring out how to hate or like how things can be beautiful rather than just looking at it from like a robot's perspective of, oh, this is how this works, this is how this works. And so
Hmm.
it kind of goes through like that kind of idea of for these robots and just the main bad guy who is just out to kill the seven most powerful robots in existence along with the team of scientists that basically caused a massive war to happen. And these seven robots murdered like tens of thousands of other robots because robots fight robots. They don't send people to do that shit.
Hmm.
Um, and the scientist team were investigating the country that uh for because they were basically lied about that they were building a weapon of mass destruction, and they sent it to these scientists who just stumbled upon like a graveyard of robots, so they just assumed that they were actually building this thing. And so they they had the army come in and they just had a huge war and it fucking tore that country to pieces and like people died and robots all over the place died and whatever. So like one of the guys survives and he just kind of goes on a war path. He and tries to kill the people that caused this whole issue and then tries to kill the entire planet as like a final like fuck you, I'm gonna
As
kill
one
this whole
does.
planet. Yeah. So like each of the stories is like meeting these seven most powerful robots and then being like, oh,
Hmm.
all this robot wants to do after murdering tens of thousands of robots is learn to play the piano. uh and
Damn.
then you like find out why he wants to play the piano. He's like, I never want to be in another war again. And he befriends this like racist blind guy who is like a who's like a who who could play the I want to say I should say he's racist towards robots. Like he's like, you're unfeeling, you're unthinking, you can't play the piano. Like he hates them basically.
Yeah, he's like, you clanker, you can't play the piano.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of the Dave Chappelle skit of
Oh,
the
I was
blind
thinking of
KK
and I was
player.
thinking of Boondocks with Stink Meaner.
Oh, that's so
uh,
powerful. But yeah, sure enough,
yeah,
based
they
on
become
Astro Boy.
friends and then he flies off and dies because the guy comes in and finds him. And then the blind guy's all crying because he's like, my friend's gone now. And it's like, oh, that's kind of sad. Um,
So is this
but
like
fucking
episodic or was this a movie?
this was episodic. They were like 8 or 9 episodes, but each of them were an hour long. I didn't know how
Oh,
long when I
uh-huh.
played the first episode, and I was like, this is very long. Because like when you watch Bleach, right? You're like, it's already fucking over. It's been like 10 minutes. But when I was watching this, I was like, holy shit. Is this just going from episode to episode? What the hell is going on? And I looked, it's like, oh my god, there's still 20 minutes left. It's been 40 minutes.
There's no
there's,
commercials.
there's no commercials. It's just one continuous string of episodes. Um, but it was very good. I did enjoy it. It wasn't
Hmm.
what when I found out it was an Astro Boy anime, I just assumed at some point Astro Boy was going to be the main thing and he was going to fly around and do Astro Boy things. It was not Astro Boy was in it, but he wasn't the main focus until like the end and then he kind of becomes the main focus because he's the only robot of the 7 left.
Yes, I see.
But Keith David, who
Keith
voices
David, yes, sir.
voices Goliath, voices the scientist that created Astro Boy.
Uh-huh.
So he's playing like this really skinny, nerdy Japanese guy, but he has the voice of Keith David, so you're like, I can't hate you. You're too cool. Like, what the fuck is this? It's like it
It
weirdly fits.
it
Um
I
and
saw the nerd guy going.
and I just enjoyed every scene that he was in. So um I don't know if he was in this trailer or
Yeah,
not.
there was a scene of him across the table from, well, I guess it could just be playing it across the table from Astro Boy, or at least somebody was. Because I was just looking at the trailer, I was almost getting kind of like Casher and Sins vibes from it, with this kind of like dusty planet and like robots like fighting and whatnot.
Yeah. Um Surprisingly, like there's robot like fighting in this, but it's not
Mhm.
like the main focus. Like it's not they go off to do a fight and you never really see the fight. It kind of happens off screen or happens in the clouds or happens in a giant tornado and you just kind of see like the few bits and pieces of it coming together.
Mhm.
Oh, his
Is
name
that
is
him?
That's it. Yes, that's him.
Keith David,
Um
everybody. Friend of the
yeah.
podcast.
Know him personally.
We're on a 2-name basis, Meshi.
Yeah. That's how you know you're best friends. Um But yeah, so it was mostly just about the story and the world rather than like robots beating the shit out of each other. So it was
I
good. It
see.
was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It held my
Interesting.
attention.
And that's saying a lot. This, you can't hold this guy's attention worth the squat. You know.
What?
We're just gonna cut the podcast. It's been an hour, right? You know what? We're gonna talk about this first.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna hop around a little bit. So, previous on the podcast, I believe I talked about Jester. I believe I did. In passing, we didn't do a review of Jester, but had fun watching it. So, Jester 2 came out.
Okay.
I liked it. I did. They might show the one problem I have with it. So here's the Jester guy coming out of the little chest thing. So that's the original mask. So he ends up tearing off the mask in the beginning of the movie, and then you get this bad, like, Halloween store, like, it's supposed
Yeah.
to be like, oh, it's the mask underneath his flesh face, but it just kind of looks cheap.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish they had just stuck with like the mask.
It's somehow more shitty than the
Yeah,
shitty
exactly.
Halloween mask.
Exactly. So this movie takes place, and it's on Halloween night, and it falls around this girl who's ostracized from the rest of her high school class because she's a nerd and she likes magic, and whatnot. So
Okay.
Meshi, I don't do very well with like stereotypical stories of like, oh, we're just gonna go for like trope A. This movie actually made me feel bad like for this girl. They did she acted her magician wand off. And it was an
Okay.
endearing story, and what ends up happening, so oh, that there's some fun kills in this movie. The whole story is about Jester, and he comes back, and he has to trick multiple people on Halloween night, and burn their card and send them to hell because he tricked the devil one time, and the devil wasn't happy about it. So he has to do it on repeat, otherwise the devil will claim his soul.
So every year on Halloween he comes back to do this.
Yeah, I forgot what the time frame is, but every so often he has to come back to trick multiple people within the same night before a candle burns out. Um, but what ends up happening is the nerdy magic girl ends up tricking him. She does a magic trick and it gets him. And because people are being mean to her and like whatnot, so she's at like a cafe by herself and he comes over and he's not talking, he can't verbalize anything. And she just thinks he's some weird Halloween dress up guy. So she's like, oh, at least someone's hanging out with me. It's so sad and endearing.
Oh my God. Okay.
And so she ends up tricking him, and he's like, fuck! So he has to get her to trick the people for him because she took on the curse of it because she ended up tricking him because he tricked the devil. So she's like the best trickster. And so he starts talking through corpses, it was a cool effect kind of thing where like a person would die and then they would like reanimate and then like it would layer voices and he would speak through the corpse to explain to the girl what's happening. Which was kind of cool. This was just kind of a fun, I'd give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10 Halloween movie.
So what was the trick?
It was like a sleight of hand card trick. It wasn't anything like some super impressive thing. It was just a sleight of hand thing that he didn't catch, and she's like, "Oh, here it is," and it got him. Oh my god! And there's a magic shop owner, uh, just the sweetest dude in the world, and the girl like comes to the shop after being teased and like she throws away her magician hat that she made herself for Halloween to dress up and go like trick or treat and stuff. And her mom's like, "Aren't you too old for this?" And the kids are mean to her from her high school, and she ends up going to the magic shop, and just the shop owner guy's like, "Oh, sweetie, what's wrong?" He's just like there for it the most endearing way. It wasn't like poorly acted. I was locked in. These people got me. Jester 2 gets a thumbs up for me. I enjoyed it.
Dang.
Yeah, high praise from the pretty good kind of horror film. It was just fun.
There's
And
not
the
a
deaths
lot
are
of horror movies or sequels to horror movies that you could say are good. So that's saying
yeah,
something.
that's very true. I will say I do think I like the first one better just because the kills and his like body language is more funny because that's all he has. In this one, he ends up starting to talk through people, and you start learning more about him because the first movie's very vague. It's kind of like he's just a force. And a lot of the time when you start talking about things and explaining too much, sometimes it can ruin it. I don't think that this ruined it too much. It felt just right, you know. So that's Jester 2. So the new Predator movie's coming out. So I've been on a Predator kick. So we watched Prey. Actually, you've seen this film, right?
I have seen this film. I saw it once. Yeah.
How do you feel about this movie?
I remember enjoying it for what it was when I watched it whenever it came out.
Mm-hmm. So Meshi, I didn't like this movie.
Okay.
They So
didn't like
everything with
what
the Predator was so sick. It was so fun. Watching a Predator like punch a bear in the face and suplex it was just sick. Watching a Predator murder a bunch of like fur trappers that were trying to like set a trap for him, super entertaining. And from the directors of Cloverfield Lane or whatever. Everything involving the main character was irritated to the point that I wanted to turn off the movie.
that's
Every
fair.
everything they did with her, because it wasn't like this. Meshi, you know me. I let a lot of stuff pass. Most of the time, I'm yelling at you to get over like plot contrivances or something. Like, just watch the movie. You're
Yeah.
getting hung up on this. every single thing about what she did in the previous like beginning of the movie, she was just wrong. She was just wrong and incompetent and failed. And the only thing that gave her any like volition or credibility was her brother just saying stuff for her. It wasn't any of her actions up until that point. It was just her brother saying, "No, trust me though. Believe that she can do it. She's actually good." It's like everything. We're just watching her be incompetent. She had the high. She's hunting the bear. She has the high ground. She ends up flubbing, and the dog saves her and distracts the bear and leads it on a chase to bring it into line of fire for her to shoot the bow at it. She gets down from the high ground, gets in the way of it, flubs the shot, and just starts running away. it everything she they've never made me hate a character more than someone who's just like yelling at everybody else, getting them killed, and causing all of this to happen. And then they try to make it at, oh my god. Do you remember how she kills the predator, Meshi?
Doesn't she get him to shoot himself or something like that?
Yes. So what she ends up doing, she finds out the predator has, heat vision based on the herb she fed one of the fur traders. So
Yeah.
that slows the heart down, so it stops the bleeding from going too much. So she saw he doesn't see him. So this is how I can use this. So she ends up, oh my god, and the fight scene where she kills like 4 grown men. Oh my god, I wanted to love this movie so much. I was like, oh, sick, we're gonna watch a Comanche like fight a predator. This is gonna be sick. And they gave me her.
And then the scene where the Comanche fights the predator for those like 30 seconds was like, oh,
The brother
that's what
was
I
super
wanted.
cool. Meshi,
Yeah.
I wish this would have been her and her brother fighting this predator throughout the movie, right? Because they play to her strengths in terms of, no, you don't understand. Like, my sister, she's a good tracker. She's this. And if it would have been like using her subset of skills to help complement his side of things and maybe use her perception to help, for a brother and sister story of taking down this predator together, even if it ended up with one of them dying. It ultimate the whole like team up thing fight was her not being able to shoot this gun that this guy just explained to her how to shoot. She can't do it. Meanwhile, the brother solo taking the predator and out moving him. And he's like, "Fuck, you're helpless here now." He thinks I'm the only threat here. Just run, and he dies while he's 1v1 these things, waiting for like shoot. So it wasn't even like this, like them like teaming up, and it's like a sacrifice moment of like, if I do this, she'll be able to like spring a trap or get the shot off or anything. No, he just dies. So she could have this moment of eating the herb, taking the main bad guy, cutting off his leg, and then setting him up to grab a gun so the predator thinks he's a fighter, and she sneaks up behind the predator, shoots him in the back of the head, knocks off his mask. She grabs the mask and runs away. And then she sets up this mud trap with the mask parallel to the predator coming towards her out of the mud. So she gets him to fall into like the quicksandy mud thing. She sets up the mask at a parallel angle so he would have to rise his head out perfectly and stay within that line in order for that shot to then hit him in the face based on that helmet aiming at him.
Right.
Actually, I could think of 3 better ways to do that and make it more believable rather than this Doctor Strange 1 in 3 million blah 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 chance of this predator rising out of the mud at this very thing and standing right in this line of fire. She could have had it just behind her and rolled to the side and had the laser pointing right at him. She could be holding the mask. She could have The amount of plot armor that this character had was egregious. it and if you give me a reason, I will enjoy the Jester too. If you give me a reason, I'm good. It yanked me out of the movie. I was yelling at Royan all night while we were watching this movie. I'm not excited for Badlands now based off watching that movie. But who knows? Maybe Predator Badlands will be actually good. I also loved the scene of the fur trader guy shooting his gun at the Predator's mask and it bouncing off and hitting him in the head. Just the Uno reverse of that guy shooting and just getting hit in the head. Oh, that was pretty strong.
I think
No,
I
that
just
movie's
remember the cool scenes from that movie, and maybe that's what my problem is.
yeah. It's just one of these things where you can make. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the basest terms possible.
Okay.
Motoko Kusanagi is right there if you want a strong female to base your character off. She is right there. The crux of this movie is that she keeps trying to go out and hunt and prove herself when no one wants her to, making her tribe, which is a nomadic tribe of Comanche that follows the herds around for food, causes them to stay behind to go get her for a second time, getting everybody killed along the way because the Predator is now catching up to them. Everyone dies because she's like, no, I can do it though. So everyone dies saving her. And it wasn't even like this like bittersweet moment that she comes back with the Predator's head. It's not even a bittersweet moment of like, I did all of this, but at like what cost to anything. No, it's this triumphant moment of I did it. And it's like 50 people died softening this guy up for you.
Yeah, but I one-shot him, so I won, right?
And that's just the thing. She shot him in the back of the head and didn't kill him. And then the Predator ended up shooting himself.
He's like, I've had enough of this. I'm doing it myself. Bam!
I'm in so much pain. It drove me up a wall, Meshi. It made her so unlikable in the beginning that when she had her moments that were just overshadowed because it wasn't even leaning into like her being like good at a specific thing. In that way, it was just the world was falling in a way that saved her from being decapitated by the Predator's shield thing because she slipped backwards. And her neck landed in between rocks to make the shield thing not close around her neck. Like, God, that movie sucked. Okay, anyways, I've got on my Prey rant. I hated that movie. Speaking of movies I kind of like though, so we ended up watching the R.L. Stine Pumpkinhead. I don't think I like this as much as what was that cornfield movie that we
Down
watched?
in the cornfield.
That one was more enjoyable. This one had a good twist. The twist in this movie is much better than the oh no, the whole town's doing it type of thing. This was enjoyable. It had a little bit of like Zoomers talking to like old people talk, but in a way that was almost kind of just believable.
Was this rated R or
No.
PG-13?
I think it's PG-13. I don't even know if this thing's rated actually. Pull it up for me, Meshi.
Okay.
So the basic plot of this movie is just the fact of this single mom moves to a far out like kind of like boonies town because well their dad died, and they just move out to the country, and this town flourishes on the fact that there's one farmer guy and he likes giving vegetables to everybody, and he's just like, just take the vegetables, like, well, I have so much here, and the town kind of flourishes on this guy's farm alone. And then it follows, well, why is he getting all this wonderful vegetable, like these wonderful harvests and whatnot all the time? And why doesn't he want us messing with this prized pumpkin? Um, it was just kind of it was just a fun story. I will say, so there's an adult man, all right, who is the son of the farmer. And he ends up doing like a bad Ernest impression while helping the kids out, this guy. So it's not even like a funny like Steve Buscemi, like hello fellow kids. It's kind of like this, it's like the weird acting you get on those Nickelodeon shows when like a 20-year-old is like talking to like Veronica Mars or any of those other Nickelodeon characters. Is like, people this age don't act like this, but they do in like these shows.
Gotcha.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So that's what this character like is while helping the kids out. But he's like a 30 something year old adult man who lives in a trailer and eats out of cans, because if you eat the vegetables, you forget stuff. But he's like Ernest, but with a grudge.
Burn, 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 burn.
But no, overall I enjoyed it. And the twist is pretty good, so I'm not gonna ruin it. No, it was just a fun. It was like a PG-13 version of like Evil Dead and something else with Pumpkinhead stuff. Yeah, I'll save those for the end. All right. So Meshi, I did it. I went back.
Did it? Okay.
So previously, I think last week, maybe it's last week, I talked about the Demon Slayer movie and how much I enjoyed it.
Yep.
And just for like going to the cinema and seeing it on the big screen with the big boomy loud sound system, and it just added a little something to it. So during that, I saw there was a trailer for a Chainsaw Man movie, and I was like, wait a minute, I remember that show. What's been going on with that show? Meshi, there's been one season of Chainsaw Man. It was like 3 years ago. It was 2022.
What?
I thought the show had, yeah, look it up. I thought it had gone on for longer, but apparently the first season happened, and then they, I guess, have been in production and doing this movie for the next arc of the story. So
Jesus.
I saw the trailer, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should give it a shot. Because I think, did you watch Chainsaw Man with me? Did we watch those first couple episodes together?
We didn't watch it together. No.
How much of this have you watched?
I've watched bits and pieces of it, so I know enough to know what's going on.
Okay, so over the course of like 2 days, I marathoned all 13 episodes. I gave it another shot. I kind of tapped out. I think when Power was introduced, and so there's a really cool scene of Power dropping from the top of a building to smash the sea cucumber devil. It's a really cool shot of her jumping and summoning like a blood hammer. And I don't know if it shows it in this trailer or not. I don't remember. I just remember watching the trailer and being super excited for that moment to happen. And then it happened in the anime, and then after the initial drop and the kill was lame, and then it was kind of like a joke. It ended up being like a joke kill. It wasn't like a cool moment. Meshi, this show's like Twin Peaks.
Okay.
You do not come to this show for the fights. And as funny as that sounds, you should not be watching this show for the fights. One, I'm not a big fan of the 3D model they keep using for when Denji fights. That shot right there, tell me that's not sick as fuck, Meshi.
I mean, you just told me it wasn't, but yeah, no, that's really cool.
That
Just
shot's so cool. So that's what I saw. So I got really excited for like this crazy battle, like shonen thing, right? And then it ended up being like a slap joke. It was kind of like what would you call it? The Last Jedi, where Luke throws his lightsaber over his shoulder and goes drinks. It was because it starts out cool, and then the kill's really lame, and then it's a joke, and then they censored it and made it all purple. So she's standing there like being like ha 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 ha, covered in purple, and it's just kind of lame, and it looks bad. Anyways, so anyways, I watched the entire show, and I enjoyed it much more this time because I was watching it and just kind of watching it for the subtext. There's a lot of like beneath the surface things happening. And I think a lot of people get caught up on this guy be like, I want to touch boobs, and that's all there's like relatable. There's a lot more going on. So I watched the whole show. Also, have you seen Reservoir Dogs?
yeah, I have at one time.
So after recontextualizing this show and just remember watching Reservoir Dogs and watching what happens at the later half of this season, it makes total sense. It's kind of a Quentin Tarantino moment of like, oh fuck. It makes sense because this guy is influenced by a lot of Western like movies and stuff. Because they parody all of it in the opening, right? You have The Big Lebowski, you've got Reservoir Dogs, you got Pulp Fiction, all these movies being referenced. For God's sake, they're wearing the Reservoir Dogs, white shirt, black suits,
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I enjoyed it this time around. After getting past 3 years of like chainsaw people like screeching about it, I was able just to enjoy it for myself. And I enjoyed it. So I went and watched the movie today. The Reze arc.
Okay.
I saw that in theaters today. It came out, I think, yesterday or the day before. I like this more than the Demon Slayer movie. Surprisingly. The Demon Slayer movie, in and of itself, drops you right in the middle of what's going on, right?
Right, yeah.
And it's just kind of 2 hours and like 40 minutes of like 3 fights and a lot of like bouncing back. This is more kind of a self-contained thing. Like the big climax of the season happens, and then this movie picks up. I would recommend going to go see this in theaters just for the fights alone with the Bomb Devil. And it's got that kind of like grittiness to it where, Demon Slayer's kind of like really clean.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of like lights and stuff going on with everything else. This had kind of like that imperfection grittiness to it, and a lot of cool visual things happen during the fights where they kind of experiment with kind of the absence of color and that kind of thing. It was really cool to watch, and the story overall was enjoyable. It's it's kind of funny because you come off the season finale where a bunch of crazy shit happens, right?
Yeah.
And you deal with the aftermath of all of that happening. And then this movie starts and it's a crawl. Like nothing, like it's just, oh, guess what? Denji and Makiba go to a movie marathon and they're like watching like 10 movies in one day.
Okay.
And then he ends up meeting this girl named Reze. And they're like, he's going to a coffee shop every morning to go see her. And then they end up going like on a date. And it starts
Okay.
out really, really, really slow.
Is it trying to trick you into thinking it's a slice of life anime?
It almost feels like it. And then it just happens, and then the movie just like it goes 0 to 60 like instantly. Yeah, it was like an hour and 40 minutes. This trend of like animes just now starting to make movies and getting like theatrical releases here is kind of interesting because everybody seems to be doing now. Because I think JJK's got one that's going to be coming out, and these aren't like summary movies or anything. It's like, no, this is like the next part of it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry, YouTube. I freaked out. I looked to the right of my YouTube screen and it said 2 seasons of Chainsaw Man, and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. There's season 1, and then there's season 3, which is, I guess, a compilation of season 1, so you could watch 4 hours. Was that 3.5 hours of Chainsaw Man rather than 6 hours of Chainsaw Man before watching the movie? I freaked out for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, I missed something.
Oh no. So
yeah.
Did it make you excited for the next Chainsaw Man? Or
Actually, yes.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yes. It was because it's like Twin Peaks. You're there for certain character moments, and you're there for subtext and kind of what's brewing below the surface. Not the information that's presented to you, but the slight twitch in someone's face at a certain notion, and then you reading into what that means for them, not the outright information that's being presented to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you're not being spoon-fed, I don't think you'll like it as much. But if you start chewing on the minutia of like relationships and the manipulation that can come with it and navigating that, I think you'll like it. Or you might just have fun watching the big crazy fight on a big screen, which is, I honestly think is worth watching it for alone. Now I want to watch Quentin Tarantino movies. But it's super interesting about hearing about that mangaka that he's not traditionally trained. He studied like oil painting in college. And so he feels inadequate next to his contemporaries, like his peers. He doesn't feel adequate because like he's like I'm kind of just doing my best as I go. I never really learned to actually like draw like they do. I learned to paint in college with oil. I'm doing my best. And it comes across because his show looks unique. Actually, we're gonna talk about this show first. Did you have any other questions or anything?
No. That was
Okay.
Good.
So, got on a big Kamen Rider kick. I watched Shin Kamen Rider again, and it was super sick. So I needed more of it in my life. That movie we watched like a year or two ago, Besh.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think I finally at 33, I've hit my Kamen Rider arc. Because it's always been one of those things where it's like Beetleborg Power Ranger as a kid, and then I guess now I'm coming around to the endearingness of it, and I'm like, maybe there's something for me here. So we started Kamen Rider Futo PI, personal investigator, and that's Futo, not Futa PI. That'd be a very different show. I had to make sure I did enunciate that. So we've watched like I think half of the season. So most of this show takes place. So we watched about 6 episodes. There's been like 2 big fights. Most of this show has to do with the actual investigation, which this show is interesting, right? Because it's a sequel to a live action Kamen Rider show. but they decided to make the sequel an anime, and they animated it. Um, it's been fun. There's been some giggles in. Oh my god, that's his transformation. I haven't seen this yet. That's spoiling, but it's still really funny. He turns into a bike. I hope our boy has to mount him and ride him. That would
Oh
be
my
so
god, you
funny.
know he's gonna fucking do that.
So this show was fun. I don't. This is such a weird time in my life, Meshi. I don't know what to say. um, I've just been enjoying things again. Well, what is this life? Um, and Kamen Rider seems to be a part of it. Um, do you remember when we were watching Kaiju number 8? And it
Yeah.
was about a 30-year-old guy doing physical labor, trying to keep up with 20-year-olds, and him still trying to find the fire in his chest to keep moving on towards his goal.
Yeah,
And
the
how I was
attack on
feeling
my
personally attacked.
the personal attack on my life. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were, holding each other while crying, saying that we could still do it. We still got it in us. Well, I still have it in me. Follow me.
I'm just being dragged along for the ride. I gave up. You'll join me soon.
Oh, I'm going to grit my teeth, Meshi, because guess what? I watched the first 4 episodes. There's only been 4 released. Of Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. We watched this trailer like 3 weeks ago, right? About a grown
Right.
man who's really into Kamen Rider. So this kid, so let's just, the show starts out with this 40-year-old dude, and he ends up selling off all of his Kamen Rider memorabilia, all of his collector, whatever. It sells all of it because as a kid, he didn't have a dad growing up. His mom was always working, so he watched a lot of Kamen Rider. And this show starts out with him selling all of it. Meshi, he is training in the woods, punching a tree. A bear attacks him, and he says, I've been training like this for my entire life. At least a bear stands a chance. And he starts fighting a bear with his fists.
At least a bear stands a chance.
He beats the shit out of a bear. And then it goes back in time, and it goes back to high school. Oh, Meshi, this story's so endearing. I love this anime so much. It goes back in time, and he loves Kamen Rider, and he goes to the specific, like the river creekside thing where Ichigo's mom eats it.
Yeah, it's a classic anime thing, yeah.
Yeah, just whatever that is, the stream waterway thing. He goes by there and does his Kamen Rider katas. And he does his transformation thing, and he's just doing it there. He gets to high school, and this cutie comes up to him and starts talking to him, and he is flushed in the face. He's like, I can't believe this girl's talking to me. And she asks him out, and he's like, really? He's like, yes, I would love to go out with you. The whole school's watching. They start laughing at him. And she lost a bet, and she's some Urabancho's girlfriend. He's got the pompadour. He's got his little baseball bat. He's a delinquent, right?
Oh,
The bad boy.
yeah.
And hearts shatter. And he just looks at it, and he's like, okay, that's okay. And he just shakes it off, and he just walks home, and he goes back to the riverside. And she comes up to him, and she's like, I'm so sorry. They made me do it because I lost this thing. I just feel really bad. Rival school dudes come over, and they're like, aren't you so-and-so's girlfriend? Well, we're going to take you, and we're going to piss him off. So you're coming with us. our Common Rider boy beats the shit out of the rival school dudes. There's like 3 of them. And he's like, just get lost, fellas. Just leave. And they're like, no, we're taking her with us. He's like, no, you won't. And he only hits them back with as much as they're hitting him with. So they make a strike at him, and then he ends up hitting them back and fucking them up and embarrasses them. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe he saved me. Next day at school, the rival school guys come in full force, a full posse, and they grab her again with like, there's like, it looks like 30 dudes or something. There's a bunch of them.
Okay.
And they're like, Common Rider kid, like, you embarrassed us in front of everybody. And he's like, no one was there. And he's like, we're gonna make you pay for this. And because she's screaming like, please help me, as they're dragging her away. Well, guess what? He steps up to the plate and he goes outside. They're dragging her away, and they beat the fuck out of him. They're stomping him into the ground. It's comically hard. Like, it's not like your typical, like, oh, a few guys stomping on. They are kicking the shit out of him. He is black and blue and bleeding and on the ground. And they're walking away. And she cries one more time. And he snaps out of it and stands back up. And he goes, I didn't want to have to do this. He takes off his shirt. He's ripped as fuck. And he has, like, drawn in Sharpie, like, a Kamen Rider belt on his abs. And they're looking at him like, what the fuck is he doing? And he starts doing his Kamen Rider Kata's Meshi. And he starts transforming in his own brain. And they're watching this guy, the shirtless high school student, fucking Henshin! And he starts to beat the fuck out of these kids.
Okay.
And he saves her. And she's looking horrified at him because his face is fucked up, right? Bruises and he's bleeding. And he's like, are you okay? And he sees her, like, shocked face. So he tries to, like, wipe his fucked up face. And she hits him with the equivalent of ew. And leaves. Oh.
No.
And then it jumps to present day. Okay, so this is a guy who sold off all of his stuff. There's 3 goobers running around with ski masks who are acting like Kamen Rider villains, robbing people, like robbing convenience stores by doing the salute with ski masks on and robbing people, and it's becoming an epidemic. And he's watching the news like, wait a minute, is it real? Like, is this group Shocker? That's their name. Are they a real thing? Are they in the real world? Do I need to do something about, like, is this my time finally? So he ends up going to a festival because he has a memory of his dad giving him money. I think it's one of his last memories with his father, giving him money to go buy some food and whatever else he wants. There's a Kamen Rider mask, and he gets that. So he's there eating, and those goobers come up with their ski masks on, and they start beating the shit out of this guy's food stand. And our protagonist, Tojima, is like, do I do something? They're here now. They're in front of me. And he sees a stand with a bunch of masks for sale, and he buys an OG Kamen Rider mask. And it's so endearing, Meshi. It's so damn endearing. He steps up and he puts on the mask with tears in his eyes, and he just says, you guys have to stop. And then, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Is he crying? He's like, you have to stop. And he beats the shit out of them with the coolest Kamen Rider punch and kick I've ever seen in my life.
is, is this after having already beat up that bear?
Yes, he's already brolic. So he's just like ripped as fuck because he trains and it's what he's done like his whole life for 40 years. And then he just has the wherewithal within himself to like this thing that basically like I was made fun of and I've finally given up on. He's sitting in his apartment alone and he's like, I can't stand the idea that I would die alone in this room and that all of my stuff would just be taken away with no one to actually care for it. I'm
Oh,
gonna go sell my collection so that someone can like have it.
oh, that cuts deep.
It's so Meshi, it's so sincere. It's so there's this one it's a running bit. There's one villain, one of the villain dudes. He's got one of those typical like buck teeth things, right?
Right.
He Common Rider punches him so hard it flies out of his fucking face.
They were gonna say it fixes it, but
The fat guy. So there's a big fat one who's just like, what are you gonna do to me? He fucking jumps in the air and does a golden Common Rider kick and kicks the shit out of this guy's stomach and he just fucking hurls. You watch the impact on his fat gut as he just fucking Kamen Rider kicks him. Oh my god, it's so. Oh. And that's just the first episode.
that's just the first episode.
And then so you end up coming across, so he's doing this and there's a woman, she's a 24-year-old school teacher and she's like, what the fuck? I was supposed to be the first one. What the fuck is this? And she's fucking benching like 4 plates on both sides, working out. She's brolic as fuck. And it goes into her backstory, right? And she's a little girl. And she goes home as a little girl and she's crying. And her dad's like, hey, what's wrong? And they were like, the boys were making fun of me because I'm a girl and they say I can't do certain things. Right? Because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need something. Come here. And he has a VHS tape and he plays it and it's a Kamen Rider show. And there's a girl character whose name is Tackle. And she's just cool. She's fighting bad guys. She's doing everything that, she's just an idol for this girl. She's like, oh my god, like there's something here now. I have something to inspire me. There's something for me to aspire to. I have a role model. And the dad's critiquing her Kamen Rider katas, and she's like, no, her name is Tackle, but she says it tack for short, so this is how you do it. And she's like helping her do the cheer, and he's just there for her, and it's so damn endearing, and have this father-daughter moment. And so she's practicing the tackle throw on a stuffed animal, and it knocks some VHS tapes down, right? And she's like, wait a minute, this is episode 30. I haven't seen this one yet. She puts it in. It's the death of Tackle.
Oh.
And so this little girl is watching as her heroine is going out and taking out a bad guy, but sacrificing herself at the end. And she is bawling, right? There's this super endearing scene of her like falling into an ocean of despair as a kid and falling into it. And guess what it is, Meshi?
What is it? I
She's
don't
face
know.
first on the ground in a puddle of tears, and her dad finds her face down in a puddle of tears. And she's like, Dad, what was this all for? She died. Like, does that mean she's not as good as Kamen Rider? Like, what does this mean? It's like, no. She fought to the very end. She did that to save him. And so she has this whole moment of like she gets it. She's like, oh my god, I'm going to pick up where she left off. So she's been training all this way up till 24, working out and making her own like perfect costume. And she was planning to fight crime and stuff as Tackle 2. And then she sees a news story of our pro tag, Tojima, beat the shit out of these robbers. And she was like, that was supposed to be me. So she ends up having a rivalry with him while trying to stop the bad guys. Meshi, this show's was great. I couldn't recommend this show more. It's just fun. It's just a fun show. And it's got a lot of physical comedy in it. I like this show like 10 times more than the other Kamen Rider show we watched together. Because this one's technically, it's not even Kamen Rider. It's just people in the real world. But they have endearing backstories. Oh, it's wonderful. Could not recommend enough. All right, and I think that's everything, Mishi. I think that's it. That's a podcast.
Woo! We did it.
We did it. We, in fact, did it.
The big 1-7.
8's a big number, Meshi. It's a big number.
It is.
So if you're still watching, please subscribe to me. That would be great. Let me know down below what you thought, and we'll be back same time next week.